These are the top golfers who never won a major. All tournaments are important in golf, but the major tournaments are the metric by which a golfer's success is measured. However, these are some golfers who haven't managed to clinch a big one. From Lee Westwood to heavy hitters like Isao Aoki, these are some of golf's greatest players who haven't won a major, despite many wins in various tournaments worldwide. Lee Westwood. Let's face it, Lee Westwood has all it takes to be one of golf's greats. Everything but a major. To be tagged as one of the best players who never won a major is like being crowned king of a graveyard. Since he went professional in 1993 after winning the British Youth Open Amateur Championship, Westwood has won in 4 different decades. In October 2010, he was ranked number 1 on the official World Golf Rankings. Westwood is one of few golfers who have won tournaments on 5 continents. Westwood has consistently strong finishes in majors. He came very close at the 2009 Open Championship at Turnberry, where all he had to do was 2-putt to win the tournament at the 18th hole. Westwood fumbled and 3-putted and was pushed out of the playoffs. Westwood has recorded 19 top 10s, 12 top 5s, and 3 runner-up finishes in majors. But the majors still elude up. Westwood really came close in 2009, and he confesses that his collapse at the Open that year was the one that hurt the most. Westwood is one of 2 golfers who held the world number 1 in the rankings and never won a major. The second player is next on our list. Luke Donald.
When you go away for as long as Luke, what's the most difficult thing about bringing it back to PGA Tour?
24 players have made it to number 1 on the official ranking. Only 2 of them haven't won a major. Luke Donald is one of them. 4 years after turning pro in 2001, Luke Donald made his debut at the Masters. His performance as a first-timer was remarkable. He finished in a tie for 3rd place and jumped 117 positions in the world rankings, from 130th to 13th. Between 2011 and 2012, Luke spent 56 weeks as golf's number 1 best player. He also spent about 200 weeks in the ranks of the top 10. Luke was consistently successful, but he just couldn't win a major. To recognize his achievements in golf, he was awarded an MBE, Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, in 2012. The MBE is a highly revered award, but it sounds like a consolation prize compared to winning a major. Our next golfer's upbringing set him on the path to becoming one of golf's greatest players without a major trophy in his cabinet. Jeff Maggard.
Just a wedge. Good looking line.
Maggard grew up on a golf course as a child. His interest in the sport felt inherent, and his foundation led him to become one of the best players in golf, but without the cherry on top. Jeff Maggard turned professional in 1986. He represented the United States at the Ryder Cup twice and once at the President's Cup. Maggard had finished in the top 5 at major tournaments 8 times in his career. At the 2003 Masters, Maggard almost left the ranks of best players who have never won a major. He was the 54-hole leader and it looked like he would win. But the final round was where it all came crashing down. Maggard had triple and quintuple bogeys and put 2 balls into the water. He finished in 5th place and never did as well in the Masters again. The next golfer on our list has a colorful dress sense that hasn't won him a major yet. But with the look of things, he might end up winning one before the close of his career. Rickie Fowler. It is tradition for Fowler to wear orange on the final day of every tournament as an homage to Oklahoma State University, where he studied. Before going professional in 2009, Rickie Fowler was golf's best amateur player, a position he held for 36 weeks between 2007 and 2008. In 2016, Fowler was ranked number 4 on the official World Golf Ranking after winning the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship. Fowler has had impressive performances at major tournaments and finished runner-up in at least 3 majors. Fowler still has some time in his career and may yet be rewarded with the prestige of having won a major. But for now, he wears the badge of awesome players who haven't had golf's crowning achievement. The next golfer is arguably the greatest Asian golfer of all time. Surprisingly, he never won a major. Masashi Jumbo Ozaki. Masashi Ozaki earned the nickname Jumbo thanks to his stature and length off the tee. He primarily played on the Japan Golf Tour, winning 114 events and 94 from the Japan Golf Tour. Ozaki didn't like to travel out of Japan. He first played in all 4 majors in 1990, He appeared in the majors 49 times, made 29 cuts, and finished in the top 10 3 times, but he never really came close. However, if Ozaki had traveled out of Japan and appeared in more majors, he might have won some. His refusal to travel robbed the world of this incredible golfer's talents. Like some of the men on this list, our next golfer is an Englishman. Ian Poulter. Poulter started playing at age 4 and turned professional by 19. He grew up around the game thanks to his older brother and father, who are keen golfers. Poulter has had an enviable career in the sport, but not so desirable when you factor in the lack of majors. Poulter has 2 World Golf Championship wins, the first in 2010 and the second in 2012. In 2008, Poulter came very close to lifting the claret jug, but finished runner-up. Our next golfer is the only player to win a foursome match with a hole-in-one in Ryder Cup history. Paul Casey.
Going here. There's only that wedge.
In 2009, Casey was ranked 3rd in the official World Golf Ranking. That's a huge accomplishment. Paul Casey turned professional and joined the European Tour in 2001. That's after he enjoyed an amateur career studded with victories. In 1999, he played a pivotal role in Great Britain and Ireland's winning team at the Walker Cup. In his first season as a pro, Paul finished 22nd on the European Tour's Order of Merit. He also won the Sir Henry Cotton Rookie of the Year award. Casey was definitely on a path to greatness, but his career is tainted by the lack of a major win. Casey has earned himself a record or two despite his lack of majors. During the 1999 Walker Cup, he recorded 4 victories without a single defeat. Casey was the 3rd player to do that in 77 years. Then, at the 2006 Ryder Cup, he became the only golfer to win a foursome match with a hole-in-one. Our next golfer has competed in almost 800 events throughout his career, but hasn't won a single major. Jay Haas. In his prime, Jay Bird was one of the most consistent players on the PGA Tour. Jay Haas might not have won a major, but since he started his career in the 1970s, he has done enough to be considered one of golf's greats. Between 1978 and 1993, Haas won 9 titles on the PGA Tour. He also finished top 5 at 3 major tournaments. In recognition of his achievements in sportsmanship, Haas was awarded the highest honor given by the U.S. Golf Association, the Bob Jones Award. Haas holds the record for the most major starts without a victory. That's like playing in every single major in a 23-year run without winning one. Our next golfer is one of the greatest putters of all time, but no major wins. Steve Stricker. Very few golfers can match Steve Stricker with the flat stick. With 30 wins worldwide, it is surprising how Strick hasn't won a single major. Steve Stricker has been amazingly consistent over the years, but he never managed to get one of the big ones. He still has time to appear in 1 or 2 majors before he hangs up his clubs, and we hope for a miracle. Our next golfer is also one of Japan's best. Isao Aoki. Isao Aoki is one of the finest golfers to come out of Japan. He appeared 42 times in major tournaments. In those 42 appearances, he made the cut 29 times. In his career, Isao has won 51 times on the Japan Golf Tour. He is also the first Japanese golfer to win on the PGA Tour and on the European Tour. Isao went pro in 1964, but didn't get his first win till 1973. In 1980, Isao had his best finish in any major. Playing against Jack Nicklaus, the Japanese finished in a 4-way tie for second, 2 shots behind the Golden Bear. The next golfer on our list is quite popular, and many would never believe he never won a major. Colin Montgomerie. Monty is popular with the Ryder Cup. In some circles, they call him Mr. Ryder Cup. Having won the European Order of Merit 8 times, 7 of those were in consecutive years, from 1993 to 1999. It is shocking how Monty never managed to win a single major. With 54 wins worldwide, 31 of those on the European Tour, Colin Montgomerie is the best Scottish golfer of all time. Monty was king of the Ryder Cup.
The Cup moments starts in 1991 at Kiowa Island, where
He played in 8 Ryder Cups from 1991 to 2006 and won 5 times. Alongside Neil Coles, Colin Montgomerie holds the record for most single points won in the Ryder Cup history. Monty sits at 4th place on the all-time list for the most points won by a golfer from the continent at the tournament, with a record of 20 wins, 9 losses, and 7 draws. With all that achievement, Monty shouldn't lose any sleep about not winning a major. Which golfer do you think deserves to be on this list and isn't? Please let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video about top golfers who never won a major, check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below, because we're sure you'll like that one too. See you there!